Hi guys, we're doing another video.
We're back.
We are, but I didn't like the first video, so
Okay. What was wrong with the first video?
And nothing. It just wasn't really like, I didn't ask the questions I wanted to ask, and then afterwards I realized it. So anyways, what I wanted to talk about was, different perspectives on midwifery care and out-of-hospital births. I have a whole bunch of input on this because not only am I a midwife, right, but I got to experience both types of care. And I never really had bad care either or. I just obviously preferred a more empowering type of care. That's me. But you as my partner, what was your perspective on the different types of care? Your experience through you had a baby, right?
Yeah, well, I mean...
You had one with an OB and then you had one with a midwife.
Right, but even the one with the OB, I mean, there were so many people coming into the room over those couple, few hours we were there. How many hours? Well, it depends.
We were at the hospital, labor time, 12 hours about.
Right. And what about the first? So Emily, 12 hours?
Yeah.
What about Julie? How many hours?
12, 12. And
12, and twins?
12.
Oh, yeah, that was it. So...
Because it's very... the medicine does a job.
Right. Well,
it does in a certain amount of time.
Just when you get to know one of
natural labor was different.
When you get a little familiar with one of the care providers, right? They're gone because there's a shift change, and now you have someone
that
new.
was something that was uncomfortable for me. My first one, remember Emily, I didn't have the doctor that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I did not like that. And then remember the one anesthesiologist came in, and I was like, do not let that person near me. Do you remember?
Right. So you have to deal with that, the unfamiliar faces.
Right.
The intrusions.
Versus midwifery care.
Oh, my God. So you know who they are. You've seen them a million times. You're comfortable with them.
Yeah.
So that's a big...
Right. The familiarity of the person is huge. And what else in terms of the style of care?
Much more calm, relaxed, informed. They engaged with me, at least, versus the hospital where I was just in the chair and I'm trying to listen in to what's going on. As opposed to, I think, the midwives who were here, they told me everything, what was going on.
Yeah. Well, it's just like hanging out with friends is what it was like.
Yeah. So you knew every step along the way. I knew when you were...
Made you comfortable.
In serious labor, they would tell me when, how far away we thought it was going to be. It's like, looks like another few hours and we'll be,
I can't. It was so awesome to have it in my home and to to be like a normal part of something that goes on in our lives. So the kids got to experience that. And it also reminded and showed everybody that I was healthy and it was good versus when, you're unhealthy, then you should be in a hospital, right? But like normal birth should be with a midwife outside of a hospital.
Agreed.
In our
so it was just like a Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning, and the kids are here at the house, and the only difference is mom's moaning in a tub.
Right.
That was it, and
they were already familiar with the midwives, so that wasn't weird for them.
And Dad was stepping up his game, getting them dressed, getting their bathing suits on, whatever they needed. It wasn't Mom, it was me. So
yeah, so a little bit more, and then they got to float around, and then when things picked up, it was nice. You did have, I did want to tell you, do have more responsibility as a partner out dealing with a natural birth, because there's no medication to numb you, right? So the woman is going through the process and feeling everything, and so naturally a partner wants to support and help that person.
Pouring the water over your shoulders just to bring your focus to something else as opposed to the...
And I think knowing that you have more involvement, you should prepare for that. And one of the ways to prep we could get a doula. A doula would have been a nice extra set of hands for you.
Would have been nice.
right? Because I feel like you were multitasking because you
No,
weren't prepared.
not for me, for you, really, because
Well, yeah, I mean,
I couldn't do it all, so,
Right.
I mean, I did. If you have to, you have to, but it's a
Well,
lot.
we had a good village. My mom was there. My dad was there. Even though my dad was horrified, I think the whole experience freaked him
right,
out.
because I'm not the best doula, right? So I tried.
No, you did good.
Which was good. It was intimate. It was, it showed you that I, was involved. But a doula who's professionally trained,
Yeah.
that would have been a lot better too. So.
It would have been nice for you, so you could enjoy a little bit more of it as well, not feel stressed out with that. I think doulas are good like that. Because at a hospital, it is an event, a big event occurring. And you need to be prepared for it, like a wedding or something like that, right? There's preparation involved. People hire people to help them with weddings. It's the same thing. So, so what else? Any other perks to your midwifery experience as a partner?
It was just like I said, I was informed. I knew what was going on all the time. Mm-hmm. There was no guessing. Who do I even ask at the hospital? How's she doing? So I could ask the midwife, "Hey, how is she?"
Yeah.
And she would have a perspective that's because she's been there with you for 10 hours, so she has a good idea of how you're doing. Versus the next nurse that comes in, I don't even know her name. I'm going to ask her how she's doing, and I'm going to get the same response.
Maybe not more as like confident.
Right. It's just going to be a canned, everything's fine, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I see.
So I didn't know whether or not to take any of what they were saying
seriously
to heart, right?
Huh.
As opposed to your midwife who was here with you the whole time.
Yeah.
Cared for you in your prenatal appointments.
Right.
And knows the family. She's going to look me dead in the eye and tell me the deal. So,
right.
And that's it. No matter what it is. So.
And I like that the kids were involved until I got into transition, and then I didn't want anyone around me. But I did like that, like prenatally, they were involved. Do you remember Julie made the list that she was going to catch the baby?
I know.
And then one midwife was going to help her, and then the others were going to do this. She had a list of all the roles. It was really cute. So everybody was excited about this new addition in the family. It's a nice way to welcome, a nice intimate way to welcome a family member, as it should be. That's how it was throughout years and years, right? That's how birth used to be. Now it's become medicalized, but it shouldn't be. So very interesting perspective.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thinking about it now and looking back at the hospital birth and
Not that we had a bad experience.
Not that we had a bad experience, but like I said, it was a new nurse every few hours. Right?
It just wasn't the experience that
so
other women had before us, which empowers you to becoming this amazing, it doesn't, I feel like having a midwife care where you're more in control, it helps you transition to motherhood with more strength.
Well, imagine asking, because I'm the partner, I'm deeply concerned about what's going on every minute, every second. I'm asking one professional, right? And then an hour later, I have to ask another professional the same question. And then a few hours later, I have to ask someone else the same questions. How's she doing? How's she doing? How's she doing? To 4 different people. That for me, it was comforting knowing that, the midwife.
You knew that one person had eyes on me.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Interesting. All right. Thanks, honey. Bye.
Bye.